Young and the Restless sees Summer Newman running out of time to get Kyle Abbott back because he and Claire Grace Newman are in love, and they are about to move in together. We're going to talk about what stunts Summer may pull to break Kyle and Claire up for good before it's too late. Summer's desperate measures. Will she sabotage Kyle and Claire's relationship? Over the past week, Kyle and Claire exchanged I love yous, and on top of that, they decided they're going to take the plunge and move in together. You can bet it's not going to be long until Summer Newman hears about this. And then she realizes, whoops, I'm almost out of time. I need to do something drastic to get Kyle back. Summer's going to need to act fast, but I mean, what can she do? Well, we got a few ideas. And they're a little bit wild, but so is she. Don't forget she is definitely Phyllis Summer's daughter. Don't forget this is the same young woman who blackmailed Kyle over a liver donation to save his girlfriend Lola's life. If you were watching then, you'll remember Summer forced Kyle to dump Lola and marry her. So yeah, she's capable of almost anything, the Phyllis playbook, seduction and manipulation tactics. So, first of all, Summer could address this directly. She could show up for a typical family night with just her, Kyle and Harrison Locke. Then, after they put their son to bed, Summer could chat with Kyle. You know, pour him a drink. That's not out of the ordinary for them. They'll have a glass of wine occasionally. And she could pull a page directly from the Phyllis playbook. Summer could slip something into Kyle's drink. And then Summer can seduce him or just outright take advantage. We've seen her mom do it. Even if Kyle is totally conked out, Summer Newman could even time it so that Claire walks in and sees her and Kyle half naked and clearly, at least apparently, looking like they did the deed. And of course, Claire would be devastated, but you know, seeing is believing, especially on a soap, setting up Claire, cheating allegations and hotel room drama. Or Summer could go the other way on Young and the Restless and set up Kyle's girlfriend in the same manner. You know, Claire's a lightweight when it comes to booze, so it wouldn't take much for Summer to get Claire drunk or go ahead, spike her drink. Set it up for her to look like she cheated on Kyle, maybe with Holden Novak, because he's already been flirty with Claire, and Kyle noticed. And he was a little bit suspicious. Holden just told Audra Charles he wants a new job. He doesn't want to work for Damian Kane anymore on Young and the Restless. I guess he's disgruntled. So if she knows that, Summer could offer Holden a spot at Marchetti if he helps set up Claire to look like a cheater. I assume Holden, like a lot of people, is staying at the GCAC, so Summer could drug Claire and or get Holden to just give her some strong drinks so she gets tipsy. Then, once Claire is out of it, Holden could take her up to his hotel room. And then Summer could have the bartender tell Kyle that Claire went upstairs with a man. Of course, Kyle would follow, bust in. And if he found Claire and Holden in bed together, you know that could be a deal breaker. Then, of course, Summer could be right there to comfort Kyle, Victor, and Audra's plot, a diabolical alliance. We could also see Summer jump in to be another co-conspirator in Audra and Victor Newman's plot to fake seduce Kyle. After she finds out Claire and Kyle are moving in together, Summer may run right to Victor to ask for his help to stop this, right, and he might send her to see Audra. And if they go that route, there's a couple of options for Summer. First, she could legitimately try and help Audra with her fake Kyle seduction thing. Or Summer could play really dirty and turn on Audra and drug her and Kyle both and put them in bed together for Claire to find so that she'll dump him. That would be really diabolical for Summer to do because it would also break up Audra and Nate Hastings. But don't forget, Summer hates Audra because she was always flirting and throwing herself at Kyle. And the second he dumped Summer, he went and slid into Audra's sheets. So yeah, she's hated her for a long time. Involving Harrison, manipulating a child for personal gain. Another really awful thing Summer could do is use Harrison to tear Kyle and Claire apart. And of course, Harrison adores Claire, but Summer could fill his head with lies about her. I mean, kids are pretty easy to manipulate. Summer could turn Harrison against Claire so that the kid tells his dad, Kyle, he doesn't want them to move in together. You know, Summer or his grandma Phyllis might get Harrison to believe that Claire is still a dangerous person. I mean, he's not forgotten when Jordan Howard kidnapped him. And of course, bringing that up would be an awful, awful thing to do, but again, this is Summer. She was going to let Lola die unless Kyle agreed to marry her. She slept with Billy Abbott when he was with her mom, or like right as they were breaking up, but she had a bed to sleep with him the whole time that he was with her mom. So you can't really say, oh, you know, she wouldn't do that. I mean, Summer has shown her true colors years ago. And it's all coming back out. She may even convince herself that she's doing it for Harrison's own good in the long run, but still tacky and terrible, Phyllis's chaotic influence, weaponizing a mother's frustration. So one last possibility, Summer could enlist the help of her crazy mom, Phyllis, to help sabotage Claire and Kyle. And while Phyllis doesn't seem to want Summer to make a play for Kyle, we all know Summer's going to do what she's going to do. And Phyllis can be manipulated to help Summer, and Phyllis has some spare energy right now. She's frustrated with Billy, so she might be happy for a distraction, you know. And Summer may cut her mom loose and just say, go do your crazy chaotic Phyllis thing. There's a lot of damage to be done if Summer Newman weaponized Phyllis. And honestly, there's no telling what lengths she might go to, especially if Summer reminds Phyllis that her fake death lie is what ruined her marriage to Kyle, which is true. Then Summer's mom might feel obligated to try really hard to break up Claire so that Summer can have Kyle back. The impending confrontation. Summer's last-ditch effort. Claire just told Victoria Numa and Cole Howard she's moving in with Kyle. He told his dad, Jack Abbott. I'm sure Claire is also going to tell Grandma Nikki Newman soon. Diane Jenkins is going to know very soon from Kyle. And that means it won't be too long before both Summer and Victor find out. Kyle should tell Summer soon, since Harrison will be sharing space with him and Claire. So, that's how I think she'll hear about it. And if Victor doesn't know by then, I feel certain Summer will run tattling to her grandfather. I bet we will see her make a last-ditch effort to break up Kyle and Claire. I think they're going to end up having to fight off Victor, Summer, and Audra before we see Kyle and Claire get their happily ever after. And that's only if they survive.